Good morning, everyone. This is NASCAR Man 3345 coming back at you for our midday break room chat. We want to welcome everybody in, and we have our normal expertise crew here with a little extra guest. She has her right name on the bottom of her chat, too. This is great. We have Tommy, the Bargain Effects.
Hey.
The Land Shark Picker, aka the Land Shark Picker, Anthony from Pittsburgh, and for the first time on our panel for the day, T. My great finds for you.
Good morning.
Okay, so what we'll do is, Tommy, because you're next to me, why don't you start off for us?
Hey, Tommy, the Bargain Effect. Your average everyday product flipper looking for value in things that other people overlook at the flea markets, thrift stores, rummage sales, grocery store, and anywhere else that I can find things. I consider myself a product relocation specialist.
I really like that. I had to laugh the first time you said that, but it makes a lot of sense. It really does.
Yeah. Mr. Craig.
It looks a lot better on a business card, too, than reseller.
Exactly. Yeah. I think we'll take the same approach I took yesterday. Go back to Monday on my channel, watch the video. You'll see my intro there. No, I'm kidding. Hey, my name is Craig. I am not the Land Shark Picker, but Land Shark Picker. eBay, Amazon, Macari, all the same sourcing places everybody does, plus Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. And appreciate everybody showing up again this morning.
And no, Craig is not the inventor of Craigslist.
Right.
Go ahead, Mr. Anthony.
Hey guys, my name's Anthony. I have a channel called Pittsburgh. I do a lot of yard sales, estate sales, Goodwill bins, thrifting, anywhere I can go find stuff super cheap and flip it on eBay for a profit. That's typically what my channel's all about. I also do a weekly Bible study every Tuesday at 2:00. And then I do live hangouts and stuff like that as well. So definitely feel free to check me out. I'm sure you'll enjoy the content since you like all these other guys.
Are you not doing your hangout tomorrow at the normal time?
Yep. Tomorrow at 3, every Saturday at 3 p.m. we do a working hangout. Typically it's like, what did we find at yard sales today? And then we just list stuff on eBay and chat, and, it's pretty interactive. It's open to everybody, whether you're a reseller, content creator, whatever, you know what I mean? You could just be a normal person that likes to watch. It's open to you too. So I'm pretty flexible with letting different people pop in and out and contribute.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. All right. And of course, Miss T.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Teresa, or I'm known as T. My channel is My Great Find for You. Just restarted up my channel a couple of weeks ago, so appreciate any subscriptions. I do a morning, weekend, 9 a.m. coffee with tea chat, and anyone and everyone who wants to come on, I more than welcome you in to have a discussion for the morning. I right now am trying to go full-time, but I am still working a full-time gig, although I have most of the summer now I've taken off. So
Nice.
That's me. And my eBay store, I actually have a couple of them, but my main store is My Great Find for You, for anybody who wants to check that out.
Cool. Anybody that does not know T or has not met T, she said something in the chat just a minute ago, My Great Find for You. Be sure you click on her 3 dots and go check out her channel for sure.
Right.
I saw something before we say hey to everybody. I have to point this out. Lisa C jumped in real quick. She said, just make sure those PayPal payments hit their accounts before they show up.
Right, exactly, guys. Yep. So, Anthony, why don't you go and say hi to everybody today?
Absolutely. So let's start with the very first person. First person in today was Rebecca Kruder. So you get the merit badge for that. Second was Lisa C., who is awesome, who's always dropping the links. She's one of my favorite people on the planet. Obviously, we have T with us today, so make sure you are subscribing to her channel. Guys, let's see if we can get her let's see, we'll probably have anywhere from 20 to 40, even 50 people in here. Let's see if we can get her 20 new subs today. I think that's a very doable amount of subs.
That'll put me at 125. Yay.
That's a great number. Let's get her to 125 by the end of this show.
Yep.
There you go.
What's up to Cliff over in Canada? He's got the loonies and the toonies. Matt BK vending and flipping. He does some really cool stuff, guys. If you haven't seen his channel, it's real interesting to see what he does with the different vending machines, and he has these boxes that he'll go and like set out. They're like I can't remember what he called them, but essentially like you leave money in them whenever you buy stuff. It was pretty cool seeing that kind of revenue stream. We have DC Sales, the queen of license plates.
Yep.
Who else is in here? Marrakech 7. Thank you for being here. The Cleveland Pickers in the house. Go Cavs. Diane Matthews, good morning to you. It's wonderful to see you again. What's that?
You didn't want to say go Browns? You didn't want to say go Browns? Why'd you pick the Cavs?
No, because I love me some Steelers. I'm not hating on the Browns, though. You know what I mean? Like, they're looking good. Debbie does sales. Thank you so much for being here. We, have been praying for you, and I'm just glad to hear that you're going to be getting out of the hospital. That's wonderful.
Right.
Destiny, the Shamrock Pixies in the house, guys. If you haven't subbed to her, go sub to her too. She is awesome, and you'll love her. Not to mention Mr. Pickles sometimes shows up on her channel. That's a plus. Hi to Tracy. Glad to see you in here.
Good morning, Tracy.
Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward, thanks for being here. And you'll be coming on the show one of these Fridays, too, or actually a Thursday, I believe. So I'm looking forward to have you on here and getting to chat with you in person. Good morning to Key Lime Kisses. I'm glad to see you here this morning again. Michelle Ethan, how are you? Joseph Hatnode, thank you so much for being here. And I might have butchered that. But sometimes I feel like I get it right. And Star City Picker, what's up, Rick? Glad to see you're in here. See if I missed any. If I missed anyone, just go ahead and say something in the chat. That way, Alabama Thrifter, I missed you. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate everybody showing up for sure. It's a lot of fun. We really appreciate everybody for sure, because it wouldn't be any fun us just up here talking to each other. So
today is a topic that we hope you stay on for a little while, and then we keep on going and see what the chat has brought. Is do you clean or test all your items when they get home before you list?
Not everybody at once.
Typically, I do. I actually just released 2 videos. One was a live of unboxing the auction lot I got from Donatella Bottolino, which was mainly, video games. There were some NES games. There were some N64 games. So essentially what I did with the unboxing live video was I went through and tested them. And there was like half of them not working at all. They were pretty dirty and in rough condition. So then after I stopped the live, I went upstairs. I grabbed some isopropyl rubbing alcohol and some Q-tips, and came back downstairs. I just put my computer on record, and I just started cleaning them off. Yes, Fishing and Picking says I lick NES games. Tommy was in the chat, and he goes, "Yeah, if you lick it, it'll work." I'm sure he pulled my prank,
did when I was younger.
But so I went ahead and I actually licked one of the games, and
that's probably what made it work.
But the isopropyl made it work really good. So if you're interested in learning how that's done, you can check out the video I released yesterday morning. It actually will walk you through the entire process. But there are some things I don't test. You know what I mean? The things I don't test as far as video games go, anything that's disc-based and the disc looks good. Just because, video games is one of my expertise. It's one of the things that, I would sell for years just as a hobby because I like buying and getting new ones and stuff like that. So if I see a disc and it looks, brand new looking, you know what I mean? Like maybe it was played once or twice, then I don't even test it. It's good. I can tell now, even if a disc's been resurfaced, you know what I mean? So for me, I can basically give it the eye test, if that makes sense.
Right.
If it's scratched, I basically just throw it in a pile for the flea market. I don't even list them on eBay.
Anthony, do you have a disc cleaner?
I don't know.
That JFJ Easy Pro is the popular one that a lot of people use. I think it's kind of pricey. It's $100 or better, isn't it?
I think it's a couple
Yeah,
hundred.
the-
Actually, a friend of mine has it. Probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I actually worked over the summer for a buddy of mine who did eBay full time, and basically I was just his lister slash, like disc cleaner person. So he did mainly like movies and video games and stuff like that. So I have pretty good experience with the whole disc cleaning process.
That's another thing that I would have a hard time putting money on or spending money on. They're at least $100 if I remember right. And
Right.
are you really going to use that on the everyday less than $10 game? If it's less than $10 and it needs that, I'm throwing it in the garbage, in my opinion. But that's the way I would approach it.
I would think the people that need that are people that buy media in bulk. You know what I mean? Because it'll work on DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs. But I mean, for me, media is dying. Outside of video games, media is pretty much dead at this point because you can stream it. So I don't think it's worth it because if a game's scratched up, I typically just don't buy it. I just pass on it.
Same here. And if I get one if I buy a lot of video games or something, I'm just going through a box sorting them. If they're scratched up that bad, unless it's a $150, $160 game, which how often do you run across those?
Exactly.
The red unicorn in the forest.
I know one of the things, and I think I said this before. If you don't want to test them, or if you don't have the system that you have the disc for, you can go on to a regular CD player, if a portable CD player. Just put your headphones in, put the disc in, and if it spins and it plays the vocal tracks of the CD of the game, that means it's going to work. Just a little FYI.
So
can you just use soap and water, like for fingerprints and stuff like that? Warm water and soap, like under the faucet?
You have to use water. You can't use water.
Water.
All right.
She's from Long Island, so she's got that water. The added logo.
I'm kidding.
You know what works pretty good? If you've ever gotten those cloths that come, like if you get like a new like glass thing to put on your phone, like one of those little. You can use them on glasses too, but one of those you just take it to the back. It won't scratch it or anything like that. So I keep a couple of those handy. I actually have one in the little console in my couch right now. Because I recently upgraded the case on my phone, and I just realized that if I keep it anytime I get a game that looks kind of janky, I can just use it to clean off the back.
All right, I'm gonna show off some of the things that I use when we're talking about cleaning. I always keep a thing of Clorox wipes close.
Right.
They do well. The big roll. That's just wiping dust off. You're not gonna get a deep clean with that. I really didn't go out looking for this to use this for it, but my wife had it around the house and it was close one day. It's fabric protector, Scotch Guard. And I don't remember what I was cleaning, but it had, it may have been like a marker on a game or something. I'm like, man, let me just spray a little bit on the cloth and see if it'll wipe it off. I guess it had something in it and it worked pretty well. Another thing you can do, I don't know how well you can see this.
Excuse me.
Not very well. A little bit of a marker on it. A lot of games you pick up like this will have like people's names on them and stuff like that. I usually give it a wipe with the Clorox wipe. Sometimes that comes off. If it's a Sharpie, you can actually take a dry erase marker and just kind of work it in around the area, covering up. Make sure you cover up every bit of the marker that's on there, and that reactivates the ink in the Sharpie, even if it's Sharpie. And a lot of times it'll wipe off. You may have to do it a couple of times, but I usually keep one close, and that's what I was looking for a minute ago.
And the other thing that I use with marker on, if it has it on cardboard, on the plastic for cars, the video games, Axe spray. You spray Axe spray.
I have not tried that yet.
And you wipe it off, and it comes right off.
I remember you mentioning that. I'm gonna grab some the next time in Walmart and try that.
Probably has the same ingredients as hairspray because it'll do the same thing.
Right.
Here's a
I
few.
love the magic eraser. I love my magic eraser. I use that all.
That's a good point.
I have a few of the supplies that I keep on hand for cleaning items.
Mhm.
Magic eraser is
Yep.
great for removing marker or anything like that. Believe it or not, I use this on bats a lot too, because you'll get the bats that are all like disgusting to play and just
Right.
like all the marks from like hitting baseballs and all that. It'll clean them up good as new. It also works on like Nintendo cartridges as well. This is like my last resort on the cartridge though. I do normally start cleaning everything off with baby wipes. You can get any kind. My wife obviously is a Disney freak, so we have the Mickey Mouse brand. As far as cleaning the contacts, this is what you want right here is isopropyl rubbing alcohol and Q-tips. Basically, you just kind of get it there and you just stick it in there and scrub it real good.
I wouldn't use anything other than that for the contacts, in my opinion.
There's another product called Bright Boy. It's a metal cleaner that works pretty good. If this won't work, but you got to be careful using too much of it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him. He's a content creator named Green Bean. He does a lot of video game stuff. He's a reseller.
Green Bean.
But he uses a lot of the Bright Boy when he's cleaning stuff. And then I use this a lot on many different products. It'll remove anything that's sticky. Anything that's nasty, and it'll also remove like marker and stuff. But you got to be careful, like if you want to use it on, say, like a label on a video game or something like that, it'll remove the paint off that too. But this stuff works very well.
I've had pretty good luck with this. A fingernail file, an emery board, whatever you want to call it. I use it a lot on like the spring in a battery compartment. Because it's so hard. If you've got corrosion that's really covered that up, on the front part where the battery actually hits it, it's pretty easy to get if you're cleaning it up. But if you're using the Q-tip like you were talking about, Anthony, you're using the Q-tip and the alcohol, or you're cleaning off a battery compartment with baking soda, baking powder, whatever it is, and water. It's hard to get in between those springs. That's thin enough and is abrasive enough that you can get in there and just kind of work your way around, just like you would a fingernail,
Yeah.
And they're really cheap. I think I picked up 20 or 30 of these at a Dollar Tree for like $1.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's worked real well. We've got a couple of people jump in the chat. Let's go back and I know we got going and we had a handful of people jump in. Gunfine, where you left off?
I can do it since I probably remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
That might make it easier and quicker.
That's fine.
I did it at Alabama Thrifter.
Yeah.
So, Key Lime Kisses, thank you so much for being here. Kelly Lee Mom Ward, I'm pretty sure I already mentioned you, but hello again. DG Picker, what's up, Jordan? Thank you so much for being here, my man. Sand Dollar, thank you so much for being with us this morning. A lot of Josh, thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate it.
Good to see you, Josh.
Reseller Man, thank you so much for being here today. Jody Mitoma, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Bum Crack Picker, best name on the YouTubes. Thank you for being here. Donatella, what's up? I don't know if you saw, but I did a video of the auction lot I won from you. So I actually did two technically because I was able to get all the games to work. So I'm pretty excited to get those sold. I actually sold one of them already yesterday.
Nice.
One of the Nintendo 64 games.
Those go quick across the board, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Anybody else jump in? Rosta Montez de Oca Gonzalez. I'm probably sure I butchered that, but Hola, buenos dias. STP, South Texas Picker, thank you so much for being here with us today.
I always want to thank Stone Temple Pilot. As soon as I see it, I'm like, Stone Temple Pilot. So no, it's not. It's South Texas Picker.
Swamp Picker. What's up, Glenn? Thank you for being here, man. Neville's with us. Thank you, Neville.
Yeah.
Somebody else jumped in.
Good crowd for sure.
Up, man? Cody's in the house. Blended Whiskey. How are you?
Guys, we definitely appreciate everybody showing up day in, day out. It's a lot of fun for sure. I just recently created the Facebook group for our show. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join that. It's wide open. I don't mind if you promote your own channels, anything else, just like we are on the show typically. It is closed and private, so you will have to request access. But
We'd love to have you though.
Yeah, just getting started, so not a lot out there yet, but there's already a little bit of conversation starting, so that's good.
And so Jody has a question. Who here drinks coffee or energy drinks? Well, here's my answer.
Me
I do
too.
both. Just depends on
Water.
if I'm out and about.
Awesome. Donatella sending me the game she left out plus the treat. I love
Uh-oh.
these treats.
A treat.
Thank you so much, Donatella. I really appreciate the treat.
Is that going to be like a jalapeno omelet or something?
Maybe. I don't know. You know what? My wife went out to dinner with her best friend last night. They went to, I don't know if you've ever heard of Blaze Pizza. It's kind of like a Subway of pizza joints, right? So you can kind of make whatever kind of pizza you want. So she brought me a jalapeno bacon pizza home. It was so good.
Okay. I think you like jalapeno.
I love jalapenos.
Pizza then?
What's that?
It's almost like CC's. You know, CC's Pizza where you can go in. It's like a buffet of pizzas.
It's not a buffet though. It's just like one of those places. It's if you've been to a Subway where you go and you pick all the toppings, the type of bread you want, the type of sauce, like literally you just walk by like a Subway and then they throw it in the oven and it's ready in like 5 minutes.
No,
Cool.
Tommy, you have to go over there and make your yogurt.
Yeah, I actually
What was that?
I think I have some video on my channel of actually going to Blaze Pizza because there's one out by the bins in Monroeville, PA. So every time I go out there, we always stop there and eat lunch.
So, yeah.
I'm just saying you guys can talk pizza all you want, but you know what state I live in. It's the only
Right, exactly.
pizza.
What style of pizza do they serve up there? I wonder.
Sparrow's Pizza. Oh, you can.
Talking about pizza, we've got a pizza place that it's probably 3 or 4 years old, and it's just a local chain, and their whole gimmick is they serve a pizza that is the size of a big round table. I mean, like a huge table. It's huge. I don't know. They promote it. I don't remember how big it is, but it is. The pizza's good, but you can't eat but like 1.5 pieces because a piece is like 18 to 24 inches long and about 8 inches wide.
We used to have a pizza place in Pittsburgh that closed down. It was called Little Chicago. They had this pizza called the Ultra Huge. It was literally the size of your doorway, but like square. And they had to turn it sideways to get it in your house, and it like would barely fit. So like me and my buddies used to always get that as we'd hang out, play video games or do whatever recreational activities we used to do back in the day. It was awesome. They had one that was like a Big Mac flavor. So literally they had like cheeseburger on it, the special sauce. Sounds nasty, but it was awesome.
Wow.
Or like when you say all the extracurricular activities you guys used to do after I said, all I can see is Anthony standing there and standing over the table. The pizza's all gone. And he just picks up his best buddy by the throat and body slams him on top of the table with the pizza.
You ate my piece of pizza.
Yeah.
You don't get the last piece.
How come we have to get a coffee table every time you guys come over? Stop eating the last piece then.
Touche.
Bumcrack Bricker says it's rumbling here. It's not the thunder, it's my stomach. So there's a rumbly in your tumbly.
I'm getting hungry too because I typically don't eat breakfast if Ash is in here. Because normally, if she's off, she normally makes herself an omelet, and then she always makes me the jalapeno one.
And that's true because we've seen it on camera.
Yeah, he comes down with it, and then Tommy already has his coffee. Usually, Destiny brings it down to him. But
yeah, I need a refill if she's listening.
Yeah.
You can tag her in the chat.
Big Lou's Pizza in San Antonio has a 54-inch pizza.
Wow.
I never actually measured the Ultra Huge, but it was giant. Like even if I tried, I couldn't eat the whole thing. It might have been the size of like, I don't know, 6 to 8 large pizzas put together. And then they would just cut it into squares all the way through.
Tommy.
Dude, I want to get down to the last drop.
All right, Donna, good luck with shipping. I'll call you later.
She's gonna call you because we need to know what's going on for tonight, Donatella.
Hey, Kajin, thanks for being here, man.
I watched some of his content yesterday. He's got a good channel.
Yeah,
he is pretty good. Yeah.
Thank you.
There we go.
If you guys in the chat haven't seen Kajin's channel yet, definitely go check him out. Hit those 3 dots by his name. He makes some really good content, and just describing the type of content he's going for. In the one video I watched yesterday, I really think it's going to be interesting to watch. So if you're not subscribed to him, go ahead and subscribe to him, because I think
he got to 10,000 while the show was on yesterday. So let's credit ourselves, everybody in the chat, for thank you for doing that too. 10,000.
Absolutely. That's a huge accomplishment, man. Congratulations. I know you said that you were trying to get there for 10 years, or not 10 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Good morning to Alex, Fat Man the Flipper. Thanks for being here, man.
Alex.
I'm right there on his coattail. I'm getting close to that 10,000. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. We'll be getting that play button in the mail a couple of weeks once he gets it. So
Occasionally got some good content. I've been binge watching them since yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
In between lives, I actually have them up on my other screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just been kind of going through video after video.
Yeah.
Mr. Alex is in the house. What are you doing? You must be on a break, huh, Alex? Or you're not working with your dad.
Yeah, everybody check out everybody's channels. Don't be afraid to look at somebody's channel. Like I always say, don't judge a book by its cover. You never know until you watch somebody.
Right.
People out there that don't promote themselves, that may be soft spoken but have content.
Right.
Some people don't want to draw attention to themselves. Just don't be afraid to click the 3 dots next to somebody's name and go check their channel out. You never know.
Jody says my living room is my break room. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So, T, explain to people what you've been up to for the past. I know the T is going to be our special guest on Monday night on myself and Rebecca's Monday night auction. So explain what.
I guess she didn't tell Rebecca that either, because she reached out. She said to me last night, "You're doing an auction on Monday?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're on it."
I told her numerous times that she even said it in the live. But Tommy even knew.
She's funny. So yeah, I've been selling on and off since 2000. eBay was just a real part-time gig for me, probably the last 10 years. Only over the last 2, probably, I've gotten really aggressive. I've started, a second store with my husband, because my husband is, trying to get involved, and we're both trying to do this full-time. I do a lot of sourcing at estate sales here on Long Island, as well as this time of year garage sales. Don't do too much, other than now with Donatello. I've been buying on her.
You called her Donatello too.
I know. I do it all the time. She yells at me.
She's the turtle.
I do it all the time. But I am doing an auction on Monday night on Derek's channel, because you know what? Over the last 20 years, there's just, too much stuff. You get these, I call them money piles, not death piles, of stuff that you just never get to, stuff that's sitting and probably could make money. So that's my plan. And this stuff I don't usually sell. For example, for those of you guys on here, I do have video games, video console, DVD, VCRs, CD players, camera stuff, things like that I'm not an expert in, that I'm just going to auction off on Monday night, that, if it's not new in a box, which is the only recent score I had on a VCR DVD, I don't have time to test it and put videos in it and see if it works and whatever. Most of them probably do work, but I'm not even going to worry about it. They're just going to, send you a box of 3 DVD players. You tell me if they work, and if they work, great. So
You have me at video games.
I'm sorry?
I said you have me at video games.
I have no video games.
It's like Jerry Maguire. You had me at hello. You had me at video games. It was like the first thing you mentioned.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have like a surprise lot, because I will tell you probably about, my son is 21 in October, so probably about 6 years ago, he was still in high school. He went dumpster diving at the back of GameStop, and I have a tremendous box of DVDs that I've never even really gone through. Now, a lot of them are not boxed, they're just loose. I have no idea what's in there, and I'm just going to auction them off, and whoever wants them, it is what it is.
And look at Anthony's face. He's like, what time is this auction?
And Tommy, I also told Destiny I have an Irish lot too of my mom, and that's my heritage too. My mom, my aunt, they've all been to Ireland. My grandparents obviously were born there. So I have like linen and bleak and coin and all kinds of stuff that I'm just going to put again in a box. It just, sometimes
I'm sure she'll be all over that.
I told her. So,
yeah, Bougie Bear Vintage, welcome in. That's Angie, isn't it? Isn't that right?
April,
I'm sorry. I knew it was an A. My fault. April. Welcome in.
Cajun saying, how do you get FBA on Amazon? He said, yeah, you're going to be restricted on a lot of stuff, Cajun. Go to the stuff that you don't think. Books, HBA, that type of stuff you're going to be able to get into real quick with Amazon.
I think, Jody, and it sounds simple, but at the most simple level, FBA is exactly what he's saying. Scan, buy, ship, and wait. You scan it to see if you're ungated, if it's a good price. If it is, you buy it, you box it all up, you ship it in, and then you wait to get paid. People are overwhelmed with it, but you at the most rudimentary level, that's it. You got to understand the rules, though. If you sell books, you've got to you always condition them. There's several levels of condition: new, used like new, acceptable. What a lot of people tend to do is, if you think it's one of those, you always go one below it just to make sure that you don't, because people on buyers on Amazon are.
When we first got our Amazon sellers account, we were gated in a lot of things. I'd scan and I'd be disappointed. It's like, oh man, it says restricted. Oh, it says restricted. And then I learned from watching the Bearded Picker, if something comes up restricted, don't be scared to hit that request on the bottom to get unrestricted, because there was a lot of things that came up restricted, and I just hit the request to get unrestricted, and it automatically, like instantly, unlocked.
There are a lot of auto approvals, and I've just noticed that the mobile app now, before you had to go over to the website and put, copy and paste the ASIN or copy and paste the UPC.
Right. No, you can do it right from the app.
Now it's right there where it says, instead of saying restricted, it says restricted request approval or something like that. And you just tap it, and it takes you directly there. Another thing, if you're talking about that, is I went out the other day and scanned a bunch of stuff at Walmart. I was already there buying some stuff for the house. I'm like, I'm gonna walk down a couple of toy aisles and just scan some stuff, and you'll be amazed at the number of things you can get brands you can get ungated in just by scanning stuff. Just go out there and scan. It sounds like it's mindless, but you get the idea of what you're gated in, what you're not gated in, and that will help you in sourcing. So what kind of things you can sell.
Right. And I'm not doing FBA yet, but I'm constantly scanning for it, so I'm getting a feel for the product. There's a couple other things I want to take care of before I jump into FBA, but I'm constantly researching it, because there's tons of things that ain't worth it for me to sell on eBay, but there's profit to be made on Amazon, especially if you can get your hands on multi quantities of something. And what I'm learning is, don't go scanning the areas that you hear everybody talk about. Scan things that you wouldn't, you don't hear about. You'll be surprised what you find. And you don't have to just scan clearance. There's things that you can scan, pay retail price, and still have a decent margin on it.
Yeah, we were in Costco over the weekend, and my husband and I were walking down the vitamin aisle, and here's these two guys. They were just piling it on their cart. And I just turned to my husband and said, FBA.
Yep, for sure.
I put up the question here. How many pounds of inventory do you guys have before you send in a shipment?
Are we talking about having something shipped over from the Dominican Republic? No, I'm kidding. The only limitations you have with FBA is every box is supposed to be less than 50 pounds, I believe.
Yep.
Majority of my FBA has been books. I have done a couple of one-off products, but I'm not huge on FBA, but I usually just grab up whatever I think is going to be an average shipment and just go from there. And it depends on how active I am sourcing too, you've got to be careful though. I think if you use Inventory Labs or one of the other things like that, you can go in and tell it you want to ship everything to one fulfillment center. You've also got to be careful thinking, hey, I've got everything in a box. I'm just going to process this and ship it in this box. Well, a lot of times Amazon will break that shipment up into multiple fulfillment centers you have to send to. So don't just put it all in the box. Say I've got 50 pounds, tape it up and start processing it. And we don't need to go into details about that process, but there's a lot of good videos on how to build an FBA shipment out there. So
here's a polo for Steve Acorn.
See, Batman the Flipper there, he says, scan everything is the secret sauce.
Yeah.
It's a volume game, learning the health and wellness is a great aisle to scan because so much of that stuff is either discontinued, packaging is updated, discontinued items is a great market.
Yeah, right, definitely.
Because people get tied, especially in the health and wellness, people get tied into, I like this brand, I like how this functions, and they will stick with it and they will pay up for it.
And scanning, I found it very tedious. I started picking a different aisle in the store. And every time we go there, I'm going to scan this aisle. I got bored with it. But we have children. So what I started doing, especially with my daughter, was, here, take this area and find me 3 profitable items. And she knows how much profit, we're looking for. And I don't have to do a thing. She'll come back and be like, I found this, this, and this. And then I just verify that there's enough profit in it. So, I mean, if you have kids, I give her my extra smartphone. It's not an active phone. Just connect to the Walmart Wi-Fi when we're in there. And it's a game to them. They got an electronic device in their hand, and they're doing something that they feel is business related. It makes them, feel important. It saves me a whole lot of work.
Find me 3 items. We'll go back to the toy aisle and you can pick something out.
I'm telling you.
Yep. Cliff says he used a 24 by 24 by 24 box from Home Depot. Fill it up until I get to 50 pounds. Yep. But like I said, you got to be careful if you don't use Inventory Lab or do that one fulfillment center. I'm not sure the technical term of what they call it, but you can say I want to send all my stuff to one fulfillment center, and you actually pay a small fee to do that. But Jordan says his 6-year-old scans books for him. Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool.
eBay fulfillment options. Yeah, they are. I think that came out of eBay Open. They are talking about doing an FBA of sorts for eBay.
I did. They sent me an email yesterday through the messenger system with a little survey of general questions about, what type of stuff do you sell? What do you plan on selling in the future? It was real quick. It was like less than 5 minutes. And I submitted a survey, and then they came back asking if I would be interested or consider using their managed shipments, is what they called it.
Right.
Managed shipment service. And well, obviously it depends on price. That's going to be the biggest factor. Savings, if I'm not going to pay an absorbent amount of money for it. And
Right.
I'm supposed to be having an agent get a hold of me, a managed shipment agent get a hold of me to introduce me into a beta, basically like a beta version, a testing rollout of it. They didn't specify like how soon or when it would start or fees. That's what this agent's supposed to be contacting me about. So I'm actually looking forward to that phone call. I'm hoping I get it today because I'd like to know the details behind it.
Did they think you were like randomly selected, or was there something that you did to?
I have no idea.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It was just a email that said I was picked to be part of the survey, and if I'd like to fill out the survey, fill it out. If not, just disregard.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I don't fill out the surveys, but this was something that I am kind of interested in, so I did.
Yeah.
I did fill it out, and I'm glad that I did and got the response that I got.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember, was it you, Craig, somebody who had said they had been on a chat the other day, and one of the guys in Australia was not liking the managed?
I think Derek had talked about. Did you talk to Rod?
You, Derek?
I talked to Rod and Andrew from Australia, and they've been doing it for about almost 6 months now, and he was very, very dissatisfied with it. Well, he was also like he was saying to me that they only have 25 million people that they can go with, so it's a little bit different.
Right.
They didn't guarantee them that if something happened with the packages, they weren't sure on everything yet. They were still working with it, so he didn't want to take the time and say, "Yeah, I'll do this," and then everything comes back on him and says, "Wait a minute, I only sent it to you guys. You guys are in charge of it, So
I think there's going to be some early adoption pains. It's early for eBay. I think it's going to be hard to compare how it'll be in the United States to how it's been in Australia. Some of it will apply.
Right.
From what I understand, it's all the storage and everything is handled by Pitney Bowes, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. Pitney Bowes is taking that over. Yeah.
But it's going to take some people getting into some kind of beta program to try it out, and kind of learn and grow with some of the pains as it evolves as a process or a service.
Exactly what we're doing right now. We're betaing this StreamYard. It's still not a true active system. So, we'll see how much they change. They're constantly emailing and always wondering what's going on, anything we can change, anything that needs to be helped. So, if eBay can do that with their AFBA, I think that will be a big help that they want to know from the seller. So.
Right, and I'm sure there's going to be some kind of limitations. It may get, and please don't hold me to this. It may get to the point where you only send in new items. You only, I don't know. I don't know if there's been a whole lot of discussion about what items will qualify.
Yeah, I'm just curious if they're going to do the same kind of thing where people are going to be gated to do it or any of that.
I don't think that information's out there yet.
Yeah,
at least not.
Well, they did say it was going to be new because I remember Shane was talking about that right now they're going to stop with new and then step it to different categories. So
I'm pretty sure
another thing to consider.
Posted a video on it today too.
Who did? I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure Casey just posted a video on the eBay FBA system.
Okay.
I think you know.
The max out flipper.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we don't know if they're going to offer. I don't know if it'll be a different way of handling it, but like GSP from there. If you want to sell that item internationally, how's that handled?
right.
I'm sure all this stuff's going to come out in testing or beta or once it goes live. But.
Right. Well, I know some of the questions that were in the survey too. Like, you'd have a question of what would you find most important features in managed shipment. And there was 7 different options, and you had to put them in the order of importance, 1 to 7. And one obviously was cost, the speed of shipment, the savings on shipping, and one of the ones that intrigued me was multi-platform shipping. So like, I post on eBay and Mercari. So,
Mhm.
if something sells on Mercari, will they ship it for me? And I would find that to be an important feature because I cross post just about everything.
Yeah, and I know Amazon offers that. I believe it's called get that word out, multi-channel fulfillment.
Yeah.
So you can send something into FBA, and if it sells on eBay, then you can just pretty much drop ship from yourself.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I don't think eBay would be willing to send something that was purchased on another platform. I just don't see them being cooperative in that manner. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they would think that that's taking money away from their business.
but
The
theoretically,
only thing that makes me think that they may do that is because one of their big pushes, if you watch their videos, like I follow eBay for business on Facebook and everything, one of their big pushes is to get the eBay branding on everybody's porch, like Amazon has.
Yep.
So if they would ship to other platform sales, that's just more porches they're going to get their eBay boxes sitting on.
Well, and that, and I'm sure they're going to have some kind of fee structure, just like Amazon does with that long-term storage fee.
Right, I'm sure.
If something's sitting there, they're going to get paid for it, and that makes a lot of sense because everybody talks about seeing that Amazon box on people's porches.
Right.
And you see the Amazon trucks riding through the neighborhoods.
Right. Here's another question that Bougie Bear April says: Have any of you used Bonanza, and what do you think?
Bonanza's a steakhouse, isn't it?
I use Bonanza. I'm listed on Bonanza, and the only reason I'm listed on Bonanza is because you can integrate it with eBay, and it automatically when I upload a listing to eBay, it automatically takes it over to Amazon or over to Bonanza, and when it sells on Bonanza, 90% of the time it removes it automatically from the opposite platform. But I don't have much. I don't pay anything extra for it. It's like they only charge 3% or something. And I stay at that default. You can go all the way up to like giving them 30% to promote your stuff on their platform, which I don't do. And that probably explains like why I have one Bonanza sale for every 100 eBay sales.
Right.
But it's that one sale, it's worth it to me because I'm doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it would be nice if all these marketplaces, all these platforms would work together like that. Like I was talking the other day, I don't know if it was in private chat or if I did it on the show. It'd be nice to have that one hub that you list and it goes out to all these sites.
Yeah,
right.
I think that was on one of our shows.
Yeah.
Yep. One main place to manage it, and you like you're talking about with Bonanza, you did no work for that. You create a Bonanza account and you said sync all my items.
Yep, that's all I do.
Right.
And that sale comes in, you say, thank you, give me that money. Let me ship that item out just like I did if it was sold on eBay.
Right.
Right.
That'd be a big money app and or website. If somebody would create something like that to just cross post everywhere and then automatically take it down once it sells in one platform.
Well, there is an app like that now. I'm trying to think of what it's called. Shoot. Oh, I forgot now.
It would take a lot of integration with all those other sites, and I don't know if other sites are willing. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I don't know if Poshmark gives you the ability to open up and integrate with their site or not. But.
See, I don't think eBay would want that because I think they would want to be more. Well, why are they selling it? I'm losing the money if it goes to another site. That's just me. Yeah. But Star City Picker asks, what's it going to cost to ship a big box to a fulfillment center?
I'm going to tell you, it's going to cost more than it does to ship one to an Amazon fulfillment center.
Oh yeah,
I can guarantee you that.
Right.
That's kind of a sticking point with me with eBay. I really think eBay gets that corporate discount, just like Amazon does. I just don't think eBay passes it down to us.
Yeah.
If they pass that savings down, they don't pass all of it down.
No.
There are. I think eBay's already struggling revenue wise, and that they're trying to increase their revenue with the promoted listing fees. They're trying to make you do that because they know they're getting dollar for dollar if something sells.
Well, eBay, the only thing they're giving us is they're giving us the commercial pricing, which I actually ship enough packages, and I can get that on my postal account. My postmaster said you ship enough packages to get that same pricing all on your own.
Right.
Like, you don't need eBay to get that pricing. I just do it through eBay because it's right there. It's
Exactly
in one spot. But
and you're not having
they're not giving us anything that we couldn't get on our own if we're a mid-range seller.
Yeah. And for the company the size of eBay, with all of our purchasing of our labels going through them, we should get a bigger discount, in my opinion.
Right.
I mean, if I can ship a 50-pound box to an Amazon distribution center that's a couple of states away for like less than $8.
Right. It means one of two things. Either eBay's making a good amount of money off shipping, or they need better shipping negotiators.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those two for sure.
Yep.
Either they're getting that good price and they're eating part of it, or they're not getting that good price and we're just seeing the brunt of it.
Right. Which, I kind of understand. Like I say, I live in a small town and we don't have a local FedEx or UPS drop spot. Closest one's 45 miles in one direction, the other one's 30 miles. And if I opened up a little, whatever, I got a little warehouse here or something, or a little storefront to operate out of, I would try to connect with UPS and FedEx to make me an authorized drop and shipping spot. And I'm not going to do it for free. I'm going to make money off them labels too, for the convenience.
Well, convenience is a reason to go into business a lot of times,
Right.
Like you're talking about, you print your labels on eBay because it's convenient.
Right.
So you're paying eBay a portion of that label.
Yeah.
People pay for convenience,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Rick, Starcy Picker says, pay for clicks, promoted listings, or another money grab. I agree. But I think eBay is becoming, or already is, a pay-to-play platform.
Yeah, it definitely is.
You've got to learn what eBay wants you to do to be successful. And right now, they want you to send them more money.
Yep.
You're voluntarily sending them more money, but is it actually helping you? Now, last month, I just did an experiment, kept everything in my store the same, did about the same amount of listings, ran the same sales, didn't change really anything. And I've always ran 1 to 1.5% promoted listings. So for 30 days straight, I ran promoted listings at trending. And I didn't notice anything other than I owed eBay more money.
Right.
But I did not notice an increase in sales.
And personally, I've wavered back and forth between the trending. I've done trending +1. I've done the just flat 1%. I've done 1.1%. And truthfully, I don't know that any of them are any better than the other. I don't think. I don't know. It's tough. The whole eBay algorithm and what helps you with sales is so mystical, so magical. In my opinion, you don't know if it's I tried something new and and this caused all my listings to be touched, or is like I've talked before, or is it that is it the specific change you made? That's why it's so hard to understand.
Like Lisa C says in here, they are a business. eBay is a business.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you have a business, just as we do, you try to increase your profits anywhere you can. And I know a lot of people get upset with eBay because fees go higher. They push the promoted listings, and they're making money on that. And it does hurt. It hurt us when we were first starting because we weren't big bankroll sellers. But just as we always try to increase our profits on our product and do source better products and whatever. I mean, I can't hate on eBay for trying to increase their revenue because that's what a business does. To me, it's still cheaper and I have a much wider audience. I mean, they're doing all the marketing behind there. They're driving all the traffic.
Right.
And it's still much cheaper for me to be visible to millions and millions of people from my basement than I'd ever get paying way more than the eBay fees to have a little 700-foot square shop on Main Street in my little town.
Right.
Morning, Paul.
The newlywed is back in the house.
CCC is in here also, and
Morning, Ciosa.
Ciosa, yeah.
Yeah, Ciosa just posted her first video the other day. Go show her some love. Look forward to more content too, Ciosa.
Derek, put Jordan's DG Pictures comment up on the board.
Yeah, I just seen that.
All right, and then you got someone else in here too.
My porch is full of eBay boxes when I leave, meaning he's shipping out eBay orders. When he comes home, it's full of Amazon boxes the stuff he's ordered. That's funny. I like that.
It's not. He doesn't order the stuff from Amazon. His wife does.
Oh, yeah.
My wife's a huge Amazon buyer.
Yeah.
Lisa says as long as they use the increased revenue to provide new and better services to their sellers. I don't know. I struggle with that. I've been selling on eBay, not on my current account, but I started selling on eBay in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, sellers had a lot of protection. So sellers could leave negative feedback for users. eBay would really fight for you. I think, in my opinion, so far over the last handful of years, eBay's taken a downtrend in seller protection.
Right.
You know, it's much more, and I'm not saying take it away from the customers, but it should, in my opinion, it should be an even keel. You know, you can still protect the customer at the same time protecting the seller. You know, it doesn't need to just be a one-way street. And I think it's that way on Amazon, and it's just accepted. You know, you can have something for 6 months and just turn around and return it. You know,
right?
I mean, theoretically, sometimes that happens on eBay. You know, if I've got a 30-day return policy, sometimes they'll authorize a return that's 35 days out on eBay. It's just, in my opinion, it's taking a downtrend.
Yeah. The one negative feedback I have on my eBay account came from somebody who ordered a board game from me. They played it for about 3 months and then they wanted to return it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, if you would have done it within the 30 days or even a little after, I would have taken it back. But you know what I mean? I'm not really in the business of paying you to rent, you know, games from me.
Right.
It's like
Well,
the one
that's why
I have.
And Tommy said it yesterday. We were talking about it that they have one decision to make now. The buyers, if they put the wrong thing down, they're in trouble.
Right.
So when they
if they buy a pair of shoes for me, and I got the size on there and I got the measurements, and now when they go to do a return and they go, oh, well, they're going to put in well, I want to return them. Reason they didn't fit. Okay, now they see they're going to have to pay for a return. They don't have the option to go back and change their answer to a not as described to force us to pay for a return.
Right.
I mean, I do believe that they are changing some things into more benefits and more protection for the sellers. I know they were very loose, and it seemed like they were very much for the buyers, and obviously that's where they're making their money. They're making their money from the buyers, you know.
Right.
Everybody says, well, it's us sellers that make them money. Yeah, but it's the buyers that, if they don't have the buyers, it don't matter how many sellers you have. But I also think a part of me tells me that they were so loose with the buyer protections because they're trying to figure out all the possible scams. So they kind of opened it up, and I think they kind of mentioned it in a video, eBay themselves, that they followed the research, they took logs, they collected a bunch of data on the way people were doing false not as describes and the scammers. And I think they're using all that data to protect us in the future. I could be wrong, but I kind of feel that, or at least I really want to feel that.
Right.
I wonder, I've talked to a couple of people that really believe and threw out some numbers that eBay currently is like 80-20 on new to used in the favor of new items.
80% is the number that eBay threw out at eBay Open. 80% of listed items are brand new items.
I wonder because of that trend, and I think it's even trending higher. It's moving up. The number of new items being sold on eBay is slowly and surely taking over the used items, which the used and collectible is the history of eBay. You know, that's where eBay started. That's its roots. I wonder if because the trend is moving towards new items, that a lot of these policies, a lot of these structures and fee structures and all that's going to change because they're dealing with more new items. You know, I wonder if that'll be the case. I don't know.
You know, and a lot of people talk about, and we all have different outlooks, you know, but a lot of people talk, well, eBay used to be like this, and eBay used to be like that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they should have stuck to their roots. Are you doing what you did 20 years ago?
That's a good point.
That's a good point, but we had to change with the times.
Exactly. And eBay's trying, you know, they got some big competitors out there. Everybody says, oh, they're trying to be like Amazon. And in a sense, yeah, I think they're trying to duplicate and try to keep up with Amazon, but it's not just Amazon. There's Walmart out there too. Nobody compares Walmart and Amazon, but they're very close in what they do.
Do any of you guys sell on Walmart?
I don't.
I have looked into it, but I don't yet. But I might make that move.
Yeah, something I was thinking of too. I just haven't looked into it as far as what are their fees? Are they comparable? Or
I don't know much about the Walmart situation, but I think it's a pretty strenuous approval process. I think. Please do your research if you're considering it, because I don't know for sure. But I thought I'd heard somebody talking about that you go through an application process.
You do, and you know I looked into it about a year ago, and I don't remember it being like, oh my goodness, I wouldn't be able to do this. It's just I remember telling myself I'm not ready for this. I'll look into it again when I'm ready for it, because by the time I'd probably be ready for it, everything that I was trying to retain will probably change anyway. So
Right.
do they have a fulfillment center?
They want to do 2 or 3, but then I guess I don't know.
Are you talking about eBay?
I'm talking about Walmart.
Yeah,
Walmart.
Is Walmart? I think you fulfill your own products, isn't it? Or is it go?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's FBM, yeah.
Yep, there is. Let's see.
Kaizen's asking about, you know, you can sell on Walmart. You guys describe, because I've never sold there either. Can you describe like how it's done, like what you have to do to, you know, to do that?
Okay, here, this is what I'm going to do, because like I say, there's a lot of details in it, but if you go to the bottom of Walmart's page, right in the second column, I don't remember what it's called here, I'll just do this, it'll be easier, drop the link. This will take you right to where you can get all the information about selling on Walmart and apply.
Right. Kelly Decon Mom Ward says, yes, you can sell on Walmart. It's a little bit harder platform to get on. And that's kind of the point that I was trying to make earlier, that I know you have to go through an application process. I think it is a little bit harder to get approved. But I know that for sure. I would definitely check out the link that Tommy put, because I'm sure it's got all the information you would need.
Yep. Yeah, it's all there. Resources, solutions, selling, application, Seller Central. So that should be able to answer any question better than I'd be able to.
Oh, yeah. I don't think anybody on the panel knows it well enough to speak.
Right. And I don't want to misinform anybody. Like I say, it's been a year and things probably changed.
Paul, are you talking about merch or are you talking about Walmart? I assume you were talking about merch, Amazon merch. KC Picker.
We were approved for merch a couple years ago, and we were all gung-ho about it. And we threw up some designs, and then I know you have to upload designs every so often or you can lose your merch account. So I honestly don't even know if we still have our merch account. Do you know?
What's that?
We still have our merch account, because we haven't uploaded nothing so long. But I decided,
I don't know.
forget merch. I would rather just buy my own heat press and printer and do my own stuff. And that's one way we're looking to diversify now. We already bought the sub-lamination printer. Now it's just building up the little funds to buy the heat press because I want to do the coffee mugs, the plates. So I need the bigger unit because I want to do some custom stuff, for
that's awesome.
the community and whatever. And I just think it would be easier to do it just by ourselves.
Right.
That's really cool. You should talk with DC Sales too, because that's what they do. They might be able to give you some tips on, how to get in it cheaper, some inside stuff.
Okay,
Jody's got a good point. Says, am I the only one that feels like allowing these kind of things on Walmart and Best Buy kind of destroys their reputation? I may be alone in this, but just feel like don't feel as legitimate. I kind of feel the same way. I think that's Walmart pushing into that Amazon space, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but Amazon is the god in retail right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're the top of the line. Everybody's saying, and I don't know what the numbers are. Say they have 50 billion sales a year. Everybody wants us. If you get a small piece of that, you're making good money. And I think everybody's trying to infringe on that. Pick up their little piece of the pie to that. So they're all trying to take some of the same processes that Amazon uses and try and get in those pieces, I guess. I was going to make that point earlier that when I go to Walmart, I want to see Walmart's product. If I do a search, I don't want to see a third-party product. If I'm going to Walmart, I'm going to Walmart because I know the type of products and the brands that Walmart carries. Again, that's just me.
Right.
I want to go there and see. I'm looking for their brand is great value. Not that I go looking for great value stuff a lot, but
right.
I want to see great value. I don't want to see that you carry the top of the line Clorox brand of a wipe when I'm looking for a great value. I know they carry Clorox as well, but maybe a third party provider. I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
But
to your point, I think they're just trying to be Amazon. I forget their merchandise. I think they're just trying to get on a platform where they can be like Amazon and just dominate.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not even dominate. Pick up just that small slice of the pie.
Right.
They want as big a slice as they can, but if they get an eighth of the pie versus 0 of the pie.
I mean, Walmart's been like that from the beginning. They wanted to take over. That's why they took over. Kmart knocked out. Caldor knocked out all those small storefronts.
Yep.
So now they're big, and now Amazon came in, and this is what we're doing. Now they're saying, they're going, uh-oh, we have to change. We have to change. It's the new style, and now nobody wants to go to brick and mortar. Everybody wants to go to online now. So let's see what we can do with that. So,
one thing I can see happening, I can see Amazon, because Amazon's got tons of money. They've already got the customer base. They're huge. I could see them, and I don't know if it's happened before. If anybody knows anything about, I can see them buying Walmart at some point, or trying to buy Walmart at some point.
right.
Walmart's doing the whole grocery pickup or whatever, where you can put your order in and come in.
Right.
I don't know.
That's the other thing too. Like, e-commerce is definitely the wave of the future, because my thing is, why am I going to spend gas, time, effort getting up and going to a store when my busy schedule accommodates for me just clicking a few buttons on my phone and having the stuff come to me at the door?
Yeah.
I think the convenience of same day. If e-commerce can beat the same day barrier, it will kill the brick and mortar business.
I mean, depending on how close you are to a fulfillment center with Amazon, sometimes you can get stuff in the same day.
Mm-hmm.
And truthfully,
I've seen it done before.
Yeah, and I have a feeling you're going to see more of those sprouting up, more and more.
Right.
Because they see that trend.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've got a sister-in-law that doesn't go to the grocery store anymore. She's shipped or whatever those are. Really think about it. If you want something, you have Amazon Prime. You can get it in 2 days. If you need it in less than 2 days, you're going to go to the store and buy it.
Right.
You're only doing that because you need it in less than 2 days.
Yeah, Cajun said the same thing in the chat. Amazon is the king of online retail, but Walmart is trying to compete. But if you need something right away, you can go to Walmart because they're pretty much everywhere.
Right.
If you need something right now, why would you buy it on Walmart? You can go there.
Yep.
Right. It's I hate to say it this way, but since the internet started growing and everything, everybody's gotten lazy. So they want it done now, and they want it now. So
Instant
in order-
gratification.
yeah, exactly.
Nobody
Instead
knows
of
what
sitting
snap is anymore.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Same
Yep.
difference.
I mean, it's really scary what e-com could do to brick and mortar retail in the next 5 to 10 years. It's scary.
Definitely.
You know, it's gonna be tough.
Well, you can see prime examples how it's closing down even big retailers. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kmart.
like Shopko has closed in Wisconsin everywhere. Toys R Us has closed. You know, I mean, all these names that we grew up with are now going. You know, they're not all like going bankrupt, but a lot of them are going to just online sales only and closing their brick and mortars.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know about you guys, but like here, our local mall, which used to be, Macy's, Penny's, Stearns, all of that. Now it's Dave and Buster's, the restaurant.
Entertainment.
It's an entertainment center, not a mall.
Yeah, there's no big retail outlets there anymore. It's all about food and gyms.
You know, when I was in my 20s and we went Christmas shopping, we went to the mall.
Yeah.
That's where we went, and the mall would be packed. You go to the mall in December now, and there's nowhere near. I mean, there's still, people that want to touch the tangible item and whatever, but it's nowhere near as busy as it used to be.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Exactly.
Um,
Like we were saying, they just made the comment that all the mall stores for Kohl's are going down. They're finished with the mall stores.
we used to have 3 or 4 malls in the Birmingham metro area. I think we're down to 1. When I say a mall, I mean a closed-in food
Right.
court, all that. So much of it is moving to what I call a strip mall, where it's just open air.
Yep.
And it's just a row of businesses.
Mhm.
Right.
It's tough. We had down south here where I grew up in Montgomery, they had the original mall that was in that city closed down 10, 15 years ago. And I think a school bought it out and they converted it into some kind of school. It lay dormant for like about 10 years.
Yeah.
What's happening here is like all the retailer malls, like you're talking about, the enclosed malls, those are all pretty, like I say, they're pretty much dead. There's a lot of empty stores just sitting in these buildings now. The busiest part of the mall is the food court.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's popping up though all over the place here in Wisconsin are the outlet malls, which
Right.
is basically a strip mall, but that's where all your discounted Nike and kitchenwares and K-Swiss and Gymboree, all their discounted, discontinued outlet stuff is going. Those are popping up. Those seem to be doing fairly well, and they're great places to source from. But your traditional mall, what I call a mall, it's becoming a thing of the past.
Right.
Gatesy Picker had something a minute ago. I just went the chat scrolled by.
About Circuit City.
Oh yeah, Circuit City. Yeah. I know I know there's not any more of them in the state of Alabama. I can't speak outside of that, but I know
We don't have any here in New York that I know about. Maybe in Manhattan.
Right. I mean, the only mall, and I know it's near Rebecca and Todd is the Mall of Americas. I mean, that's the only big mall that I know of.
It's more of like an amusement park attraction.
It is exactly.
Here's an interesting statement from Kelly, Ecom Mom. She orders her groceries for pickup so she has more time to list.
Yep.
So more and more people are going to do that. So what's going to happen to the traditional grocery store? You're not going to need it. You're just going to need a warehouse with a pickup counter.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That
that's
was
why
side gigs for a long time. I used to shop for people.
And that model has been around since the late 70s and into the 80s. I don't know if y'all had them everywhere. Do you remember service merchandise?
Yep.
Yes.
Service
I love
merchandise. You went through the store and there was one quantity of every product, and you had little you picked up a clipboard if I remember right. You had this wasn't wholesale. This was just straight retail.
Wow. And then it came down a conveyor belt.
Yeah. And down the
Right.
conveyor belt, you
And
said,
then
"Here's what I want." They ring you up, and here comes your product.
Yep.
Yeah, you had a little showroom to look at everything to make sure that was the piece you wanted. You turned around, you looked at the code, you wrote it down, and you went to the back, and here you go. And then you sat there and you wait, and you go, Boom.
And if I remember right, when Circuit City opened up, they may have followed that model to some point.
Yeah, with certain things, like if you wanted DVDs, if you wanted TVs, yeah, it would come right out of the back. They had a big row in the back. You had to go and get it. Yep.
I think Walmart, Kmart were the first ones to really adopt and the home goods stuff, to be that superstore.
Yeah, Walmart, the Walmart, I don't know if it's a new feature everywhere or what, but we just got it. Might be an old feature, but our Walmart just put in these big lockers, so you can do all your shopping online, and then you get a code to unlock this locker, and when you get to the store, all your stuff is in this big locker.
And you just punch in the number, put it in your buggy, go outside.
Yeah.
Well, somebody mentioned Sears here in the chat, and that's where I think Sears missed the boat, because let's face it, they were the first, so to speak, with the catalogs and everything. They could have taken over the market had they been more aggressive with going from catalog to buying online and things like that. Somewhere along the way, they lost it, because they could have been the Amazon today.
Well, and I think this is why it's funny. But everybody's saying that Dollar Generals are popping up everywhere. This is what's going to happen. You're going to have just convenience stores. That's all Dollar General is. It's a convenience store. You can run in, chips, candy. Okay, I need this real quick. Yeah. Yep.
The other day when I went to storage, I went to Dollar General to get coffee.
Yeah.
Get more coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the Dollar Generals.
Came in, and she even said, she goes, out of all the Dollar Generals here in Rhode Island, she goes, that was the cleanest one she's ever seen.
Yep. But that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I think the Dollar Generals and the Dollar Trees are going to be around for a long time, because they're a quick in and out, convenience, cheap store. I need something now. I need it, and I need it cheap, and that's where you go. We probably go to the dollar store more than we go to any other store.
And they're taking the Walmart approach. Every time you turn a corner, you need to be seeing one. And I don't know how it is in y'all states, but that's the way it is here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't go down a road, even if I'm off the beaten path. I'm going to see a Dollar General.
Mm-hmm.
The Dollar General is becoming the rural Walmart sometimes.
Right. Because we have Cumberland Farms around here. The Dollar General is becoming the Cumberland Farms of the New England now.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get some coffee.
Yeah. But yeah, all I can see is that, and it's just going to be crazy. Where all you got to do, okay, I'm going home. I need to go to work. You don't need to go to Walmart to go and get milk and bread and everything anymore. You got to go. Oh, Dollar General's right here, right near my house. Grab it and go. Done. Oh, water toothpaste, hon. Okay, got it. Done.
Yeah. First, I'll give you an example. I need to put new control arms and stuff on my truck.
Right.
So, like, we have Napa right over here 2 blocks from my house, and for one control arm, Napa wants $80.
Right.
The cheap ones. Well, I went on eBay last night, and for $59, I got the control arms for both sides, lower ball joints, sway links, and tie rod ends. Okay. And they'll be at my house in 2 days. Nice. And it's coming out of a warehouse. I read the reviews. There's no complaints about cheap or faulty parts or anything like that. Yeah. And the reason they can do that is because now they don't have to pay for all these brick and mortars spread out all over the place and employ the employees and have the utilities of all these different buildings. They're able to drop the price of their product and save themselves money and pass on those savings to somebody like me. For over the last 3 years, I order all my auto parts online unless I absolutely need it, like now, today, something broke and I need to get somewhere. But if I can wait a day or two, I'm buying it online.
Right. Look, Moronic Pest says he doesn't see grocery stores like Aldi's going away. All these will not go away because that's a specialty grocery store. You're
it's a discount store.
What's that?
It's a discount store.
Right. But you're getting different items that you don't see in a normal grocery store in there. you're getting different things. Like they're from Germany, so they're getting a lot of oddball stuff that comes into their store, and I like it. So
yeah, Lynn's saying like Trader Joe's. That's what we have here. We don't have Aldi's. We have Trader Joe's. It's the same thing. It's definitely something that's more specific and specialty.
But
right.
And somebody please correct me if you know any better. I believe either Trader Joe's owns Aldi's or Aldi's owns Trader Joe.
Oh, I guess
It's either one. It's one of the two. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen, and it's going to be simple. It's going to be easier just to do the simple things like that. You're gonna lose the. I mean, we have. I think you guys have. Some people have Kroger's. Some people have Publix. You know, whatever the grocery stores you guys have. I don't see them lasting much longer.
You know, the whole thing is that the brick and mortar retail is dependent on foot traffic. You know,
Yeah.
and I really think I don't want to generalize here, and it's going to sound this way, but I think some of the newer generations are getting lazy. And I don't mean that down. I mean, they would a lot rather pick up that phone and place that order.
Oh,
They would
right.
get in the car, like you were talking about earlier. Then get in the car and drive to a Walmart. Get in the car, drive to a Best Buy. They're going to pick it up and order it off Amazon. They're going to get it up and order their. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I think that's the way that. And lazy may be harsh. I don't mean that they're overall lazy, but in this situation, people want to pick up a phone and be convenient.
yeah.
I make money.
Somebody in the chat made mention about, picking out their meat and their produce. And that's one thing I think that will stop any kind of disappearance completely of the grocery store, because there's still a lot of people out there who do not want I do not want somebody picking out my asparagus, broccoli, lettuce, and things like that, or my meat, right?
Right.
Well,
Yeah, I'm the same way. I want to pick my own steak out. I don't want somebody picking it out for me.
Well, that brings up a great point. Do you think we're going to see more? Do you think we're going to see more of a paradigm shift? You know, originally it was a lot of specialty shops, and then we got into the Walmart supercenters, and the Whole Foods supercenters, and the Best Buys and all that. Do you think you're going to see more smaller shops that are specializing in produce, or Walmart just carrying produce and those things that people want to come in and pick out? You know, fresh stuff. Are you going to see more traffic going to the farmers markets? You know, I wonder if you're going to see that trend because people are wanting to order online. All that stuff is just going to be warehoused and it gets shipped to you. You know, you're going to come into the store for those one-off items that you want to pick out individually.
I mean, if that's the case, you almost might be better off getting that kind of stuff, like produce-wise, at the farmer's market, because you're going to get a better deal than you will at retail.
Exactly.
We buy all our vegetables right over here at the flea market when it's in season.
Right.
And we're even talking about, like, this year, you know, blanching and freezing and stuff to carry out through the winter, you know, buy a bunch of it. And then we found out that about 40 miles away from us, there's actually a farmer's auction where, you know, instead of going to the flea market and buying, you know, 2-3 heads of cabbage because we love cabbage, that you go to these farmers auctions and you actually buy gaylords full of fresh picked produce, and that's where a lot of these people at the flea market are getting it from, and then breaking it down and selling it. You know, so if we could find a handful of families to, like, help split up these vegetables that we'd want to can or freeze or something like that, that's the route we're gonna go.
Right.
Forget the grocery store entirely for our vegetables.
And when I was working at the deli / farm, when I set up their deli, we set up a whole setup where you would come in every week, and you paid I think it was $79, and you got your asparagus, but that piece of the farm was yours. You paid for, so you had whatever was in season. You would get 6 corn or 8 corn, whatever came off your part of the farm, and it's what are they? I'm trying to remember what they called it. It's been a while, but it's all prorated. The collaboration, yeah. But it was great. I mean, people would come in, grab their boxes, and be happy and walk off for the week and come back the next week. They don't have to worry about doing any of the work on the farm, but they know that part was theirs, and they knew that this is what they were getting for the week. So.
Yeah.
I've seen it. We've talked a lot about produce, but my wife's father, he actually has a contact where he can buy like an entire cow. You know what I mean? Like that they'll butcher for him, make into different stuff, and he has like a deep freezer where like literally he gets a whole cow worth of food or a whole
you can do that here in Wisconsin too. You can buy whole cows, whole pigs, you know.
And it saves him a ton of money. And every once in a while, he'll be like, "Hey, do you want to pitch up on a cow, or do you want to, do this or that?" We don't have that much like freezer space here, so I've never done that. But I could even see something like that becoming more popular in the future.
Yep. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Anthony. Watch. You're a bargain hunter. Your deal. It'd be cheaper for you to buy a bigger freezer or a big deep freezer and pay the electricity to run it than buying your beef throughout the year.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want anybody to think that we think that, or I think that Walmart's got into business. I just can see the way that e-commerce is taking off, and I can see it having a negative impact. Probably more so on the smaller guy in brick and mortar retail than it will the Walmarts and all those larger retailers. But there will be an impact to Walmart as e-commerce grows.
Right.
In my opinion. And again, everything we talk about is our own opinions and shouldn't be taken as business advice or anything like that, But
right. So we're at 4 minutes of. Do you want to keep on going, or you guys want to
another rolling show?
I can't believe it's been an hour and a half.
Yeah, this has been a really quick show.
Yeah, really quick show.
Talk about cleaning products, and I think we migrated over to another topic, but it was good.
But
that's what happens.
Yeah. I'm looking at Lynn's comment. My daughter buys some things on Amazon, but Amazon isn't always cheap, and it's not about what's cheap. A lot of people just do it for convenience. Period.
Right. You're back to the convenience. You pay for the convenience.
Back to this again. Why do you guys have this and not the Zach Morris cell phone? You don't have to pay $200 a month for a family plan on a Zach Morris cell phone. We do it for convenience, right?
Yeah, right.
And there's things here, like I say, my Walmart's 30 miles away. So, on things I'm willing to pay, a few dollars more to buy it on Amazon, have it delivered to my door the next day or 2 days at the most is all I've ever had to wait, than it is to get in the car, use the gas, drive the half hour there, spend the 45 minutes in the store when you go through checkout. I burnt up 2 hours. I can make more than what I'm paying extra for that product if I'm home for that 2 hours, and it took me 30 seconds to order it online.
Right, exactly.
And you know what? Earlier in the chat, I noticed Siosa made a comment in regards to ordering food online. It would save on like the hungry shopping. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm shopping and I'm hungry, I start to see things that I really don't need or want that I start to throw in the cart because it's like, oh, I'd like to eat that right now.
And that is an advantage for doing it online because you're not getting that instant gratification.
Right.
I'll get home and I'm going to shove that in my mouth. And I don't mean you. I just mean in general.
Oh, no. I start eating before I even leave the grocery store. I'm one of them people that'll check out with empty wrappers.
Been there, done that.
You're making us feel old, T.
I know.
Zach Morris, Saved by the Bell. Seriously.
That was a great show.
Yeah, where's Kelly and where's well, we know what Screech is doing now. But what's the name?
So-called Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, Dustin Diamond or something like that.
Dustin Diamond, yeah.
Rick, that's not a problem, Star City. I could see where it could be impactful, though.
Right, exactly. Yep, you got that right. So, but yeah, so guys, we're at 11:30 here. We can keep on going, or we can. It seems like the chat keeps on moving, so
whatever y'all want, that's fine with me. I'm sure I got stuff I need to be doing.
Yeah. I actually do. I probably should get some work done.
All right. So we're gonna.
You guys want to stay on? That's cool. I'm just probably gonna drop out and get what I need to get done.
All right. Well, 90210 is coming out again. It starts next Wednesday. Yeah, everybody's back except for
Luke Perry.
Luke Perry. Yeah. Well,
R.I.P.
they might have him come in from the grave. I don't know. We'll see what happens there.
What was the name of the thing? Was it the Peach Pit?
Yep, the Peach Pit. Yep. Yep. Him and the other kid, the kid that killed himself during the third episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's finish it off. Tommy, you have anything final to say?
Just everybody, thank you for coming in. You know, we appreciate you guys here every day, and the new people that are coming in to check us out. Thanks for giving us a chance. We hope you're enjoying what you see. And then other than that, you know, just do what you're gonna enjoy. You know, if it's hustling and flipping, do it to the most. If it's kicking back, relaxing, and watching us on YouTube all day, do that too. You know, that's about it. Do what makes you happy, but do it to the fullest.
You have anything coming up this weekend, Tommy, that you need to tell anybody?
This weekend? I don't know. I forget a lot of stuff. Did I tell you I had anything I got to do this weekend?
No, just wanted to.
Oh, okay. No, I don't really think I have anything special going on this weekend.
Does Mr. Pickles have anything?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's having a party. He might go live with it.
All right, there you
I
go.
need to check that out. Check out Mr. Pickles.
Yeah, Mr. Pickles Adventures. Now that's the name of the channel. Yep. All right, Craig. What do you got?
Nothing different than we've said the whole show, or we've said on other shows. I know Tommy just said it, but I feel it's important. I appreciate everybody, each one of you showing up. You know, there's other live stuff going on during this time period. There's other things you could be doing, and you choose to come here, and that really makes us feel good. And we really want you to know that you're appreciated and you're welcome here. And there would be no reason for us to do it if there weren't people watching, and we really appreciate that.
All right.
So,
all right. Anything scheduled for this weekend?
Nothing special. But, everybody, D Flipping Particles just jumped in. She has a show in 30 minutes. She does it at 11 o'clock Central, 12 Eastern every day. A lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Please go check her out. I know we did that yesterday, and a lot of people ran over there. Great show.
Yep.
Show her some support. But I appreciate everybody showing up today.
Here's Mr. Pickles just jumped in there, so hit them buttons and run over there and subscribe to him. See what type of content he's got coming up.
He's going to have content before you do, Tommy.
I know. I'm telling you, man. Well, he's trying to teach me. I'm going to learn from him.
All right, Anthony, what's up with you?
Well, tomorrow we have our live working hangout at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you want to make sure you check that out. I should be having a video come out hopefully tomorrow too with the 500 sub giveaway. I'm still trying to decide exactly what I want to give away, but it's going to be something pretty good. And this afternoon, I've really been throwing around the idea of starting like a new live. I was kind of inspired by Derek with the racing, because that's like one of his side passions that he really enjoys doing, like, playing with the Hot Wheels and everything like that. So the other day I did that video where I was testing stuff, and I had the kind of split screen thing going on where you can kind of see the TV and you can see me. I'm thinking about doing a live later, and maybe do that maybe once a week for an hour where I just play like a retro video game or something like that. And, you guys can kind of hang out with me while I do it, kind of shoot the breeze about anything. And, maybe even give me suggestions for any games you'd like to see me play in the future.
It's not playing, it's testing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's testing and reviewing. Testing and reviewing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just like to say,
test that I haven't tested in a while.
And I just like to say, Anthony, I really like your TV you got going on there. It brings out your manly features.
I know. It's purple.
Miss T, what do we got for you?
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for having me today. This was great. I'm very privileged. So thanks for having me. I have my coffee with tea this weekend, 9 a.m. So please feel free to join. And I have my auction Monday night with Derek and Rebecca. Yay. And I hope you guys can all join for that. If you are playing any Tony Hawk videos or testing any of them, Anthony, that was my specialty.
What does that say right there on that game?
I see that.
I did not know she was going to say that. I just happened.
Yep. My son, my oldest son, and I used to play all the time.
I'm gonna list this one on eBay. It is pre-licked. It will not have to be licked.
It's just so you're gonna have a little pistachio flavor on that thing when you get it.
All right, I got a question. Do you lick the dust off before you lick it?
I would.
All the flavors in the dust, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't knock the dust off that one before I licked it. I just wanted to make sure.
All right, guys. Like I said, tonight racing. I'll be putting up a quick video of the cars that everybody got. This is monthly racing, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. Then later on, we'll let everybody know. I think it's either Donatella's channel or mine for the auction tonight. And then this weekend we'll do some crazy stuff. I got a lot of things I got to do, so I got a wedding to go to. So might do some sourcing in the morning tomorrow. We'll see how the day how it goes. It's supposed to possibly rain, so. But I want to thank everybody for coming. It'll be back on Landshark's channel on Monday.
Yeah.
Don't keep on thumbs up. Keep on coming in. You guys are great. We love listening and reading the chat. And let's keep it going, and let's have some fun. So, NASCAR Man 3345 coming out. More toys, more fun. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
See you guys.
5, 4, 3.